Nestled in his suburban burrow, the Homo sapien sapien is awakening from his 9-hour hibernation. The modern-day human, as we like to refer to them, is now looking through some old relics that he once put away many, many years ago. Oh, and it seems that he's come across some Pokemon cards. What does he do with them? Does he throw them away? Does he protect them? There's only one obvious answer in this case.
Hi guys, Young Master Charles here. Now, even if you're a beginner or you're more of a pro in your Pokemon collecting, we're going to go through in this video the best way to look after your cards and maintain them. Now, there's a lot going out in front of us, but don't let this intimidate you because a few things are going to come out. It's just what it's going to look like in the end with the cards going into their final homes and also where you want to be putting certain things. Now, the most frequently asked questions that we have when people find their collections are, is this card valuable, or what's expensive, or should I send this off to PSA? We're going to be covering that in a different video on how to look after the more expensive cards and also cover up the more valuable cards. But what we're going to be talking about more today is putting your set cards into binders, the best way just to put those cards into basic protection, and also just the way that I go about it and the different products as well. Now, when you find your cards, some people have done the naughty and covered them in lackey bands, which damages your sides early on, but if you found your cards, then maybe they're all squashed up in a divider like this, or a box where they're all crunched up. Now, what we have here, guys, is one of my many storage boxes. Now, as you can see from this one is full of rares and rev rares, and over time, tried to get rid of some just so we can single them out a little bit more. But what I've got in here, already I can see from here I've done a bit of a naughty. I find with your reverse hollows you should always sleeve them, because in the future if they are worth grading or they're worth something to someone, it just looks after the reverse hollow better, as since it has that shade of hollow, of the shade of foiling, this can get scratched a little bit easier, makes it obviously a bit harder for conditioning. But as you can see here, I've got all my rare reverse foils, I've got all the rare cards, and then you can see a little bit of tissue here. That's just to keep them stacked up right so they don't fall and keep hurting themselves. But we'll come back to in the future how I store all of my bulk in the different boxes and also the organisation. But this is what you want to be doing with your leftover cards, maybe your doubles, the ones that you don't have as much value or sentimental value with. I also just want to go through the type of sleeves. Now, funnily enough, when you get your ETBs and also some other sleeves, you get these hardback sleeves for your cards. Now, I find though, when you're putting your better cards into them, they're not as good, as these hardbacks can actually scratch and damage the back of the card. So what I tend to do, and also from a cheaper option, I use the Ultra Pro card sleeves. Now, these are cheap as chips. They work out to be, I think, literally almost a cent, or sometimes a center sleeve. So these are really good. So I tend to put a lot of my binder stuff, they go into these. So we'll go start really basically. So we've got a Carkol from Rebel Clash, and then straight into the sleeve. Then we also have other forms of sleeves. So you can see here I've got the Supreme UX third skin sleeves. These are going to be more used for your high-end cards you're going to be looking after sending off to PSA. So, but after we've obviously sleeved up a few of our cards, we want to be obviously now looking at where can I put these. Now, I'm a big fan of having things organised, so putting them into binders. If you're looking to off-sell them, look, you can put them into side parts, compartments, you can put them in your storage units. Obviously just making sure they're well spaced. You can put them upright, side to side, just making sure once they're in the sleeves, they're all protected. With those penny sleeves, they are quite flimsy, so you'll find that sometimes they can get a little bit loose. In front of us, we've got two different files. Now, these are the two different types of files I use, and obviously some are for cash saving or money saving, and also some are for more high end on how I want to look after my cards, depending on if it's a full set, master set, or if it's just a random bunch of cards. But what I used to originally do, I originally bought these files. Now, these were really good at the time because they were $20. You don't have to buy the sleeves, they all come in. I'm really big on matted back sleeves, as it looks after the back card a little bit more. I used to use premium edition, platinum edition Ultra Pro sleeves with the double sides, but I found when you put two cards in the same sleeve or back to back, once again, you could get your future damage. So with the matted, it's a little bit thicker, but it looks after the back of the card a little bit much. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go through this binder. What I've done over time is, obviously these are more the finished product on how I store my cards, but since I've had so many sets over the years, refining cards, adding to them, I tend to date my cards. So we saw from the collection series, I had my Gym Heroes. This is more from our EX Dragon. I just put the date that it came out in English, just so it adds a little bit of extra history when I find the file. So we'll open this one up. Now, these get a little bit of criticism sometimes because obviously they are a little bit softer, a little bit flimsier, but if you keep them stored tight, so I actually am a little bit naughty, I hold mine bottom down, but they're all tight. So you can see here, we've got all the cards. What we've been talking about, when I say matted backs, you can see that it's a full black back. Now, as I said, I like this because it looks after the cards, nice and easy. It's small storage, they're $20, so it's efficient for if you want to save a little bit of money. But this is what I'm talking about with the matted back. So it's double-sided. So with those the clear sleeves that you get for some folders, you have to put this 2 cards to get this effect in the one. With this one, it's split. So it just looks after the back of the card a little bit more. These are, I believe, Ultra Pro Premium ones. I also use, if I can't find these, the Dragon Shield ones as well. So they're a good little alternative. But if you want the Premium Ultra Pro sleeves, they come into a pack like this, 50 pages. I'm pretty sure from memory this was about $40. So as I said, it's that excess cost on top of the folder. But these folders, these are really nice, really sturdy. As you can see, quite thick. Once again, I tend to date my sets, makes it a little bit easier. But this is where, with those sleeves, there's your excess cost because, as you can see, you've got to add all that in. But once again, same effect. You've got your cards, double-sided, nice and easy. These are a mixture between penny sleeves, normal sleeves. I've got a bit, as it's a more modern set, I'm not too fussed with these ones at the moment. Personally, it's more for me, my old cards. So they are more harder sleeves, look after them a lot more. So that's where you want to vary out first. Obviously, doing your research, I can't stress that enough. Ask questions, talk to people in the community, but do a lot of your own homework as well. So Troll and Toad, really good bases. It just has all the sets there. eBay, another really quick, easy option. Okay, we'll go through some other ones in the future, but this is basically how we put that bulk into their sets. Obviously, I put mine numbered out. Some people are different. You might want to collect cards that may be your favourite Pokemon, put them in their own binder. Maybe you want to put all your gold stars in a binder. Personally, I'd be putting, if it was gold stars, into a bit of a safer spot. Now, this is another way, and we're going to come back to this once again later on in a future video, is where and how I store the more valuable cards I'm going to look after for the future. This isn't preferably ones I'm going to be sending off to PSA, but I find ETBs awesome, but eventually we're going to talk about and learn how to set up all the cards, get them into this state so we know how to send them off to PSA and also for our long-term storage. With some of the cards that you might have in your collection, they might be in good condition, they might be those more valuable cards that people want or are more sought after. Obviously here what I've got is some Charizards to make it a little bit easier, but obviously you've got your different grades and you've even got your different grading companies now, but we've got a small example here. We've got the 3 different ones where we have the Blaine's Charizard on the left, so that's a really sought after card, really beautiful card from my favourite set in Gym Challenge. So that's a PSA 8. So that's more still in your near mint to mint range, but obviously if you want to be looking, I'd be looking more at your 9s, your 10s. It's definitely your 10s, as that's your mint, which obviously is in the middle with our VS Charizard. It's a perfect 10, but the biggest thing after that is people, obviously where 10 is the perfect card, grading companies such as Becker, which we have on the right, they've then put it up another marker by going for your black label. So where a PSA 10 is, it could be pretty much almost a perfect card or a perfect card, this signifies on the right that this is a perfect card. So it's got perfect centering, corners, edges, and surface. So that's your different variants when it comes to what you want to be looking for with your grades, or obviously who you want to be going through. What we're going to do next time we go through the collection is we're going to go through how to look after the sought after cards, the more expensive ones, how to look after them in the long run, and also how to get them ready for PSA. Hope you guys enjoyed today. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, comment. See you soon.